Mr. Wolfgang Angel, General Manager and Chief Representative of IIF, Mr. Hisham Izz Al Arab, Chairman and Managing Director of CIB, Dr. Amani Abu Zaid, Commissioner at African Union Commission, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Deputy Governor of the Central Bank of Egypt, Ms. Lobna Hilal, it gives me great pleasure to address you today on the IIF Digital Financial Inclusion Summit. First of all, I would like to thank the IIF for organizing the summit and for choosing the topic, digital financial inclusion, which now sits on the priority of the global development agenda and definitely on the CBE agenda as well. Over the past few years, the central banks of developing countries, especially those with low level of penetration, have become more aware that stability and financial inclusion are two sides of the same coin. In Egypt, the level of financial inclusion stands now at 33% only, which require the full participation of all national stakeholders to include the marginalized segments, meet the aspirations of the Egyptian society, and optimize the financial and monetary stability in Egypt. CBE is leading the journey of the financial inclusion through applying a conducive collaborative approach with all national stakeholders to promote the level of financial inclusion. The CBE philosophy is to be a catalyst, to create the right regulatory and operational environment that levels the playing field for different market players to foster innovation and inclusion. In a country where the majority of population are in the age between 15 and 39, the mobile penetration rate exceeds 95% and the internet penetration rate reaches 48%, we need to leverage on the power of technology and innovation to leapfrog the level of financial inclusion. In fact, 2017, the National Payment Council headed by His Excellency President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi was established aiming to transform Egypt to a less cash society. The power of this council is manifested in its composition that includes all national stakeholders of different ministries and other related entities, coming together to achieve one common vision. The Central Bank of Egypt is honored to be a member and the General Secretary of the Council, responsible for managing the cooperation across the Council stakeholders and following up on the implementation of the Council targets and objectives. The Council operates through a structured framework that includes multiple pillars, among which are legislative and regulatory framework, financial infrastructure, literacy and awareness, fintech and digital financial service, cybersecurity and data protection. The collaboration of the CBE with all national stakeholders was instrumental in bringing out major achievements. So please allow me to share with you some of those achievements that constitute a cornerstone for digital financial inclusion. The Less Cash Law was issued in April 2019. This law mandates the public and private sector to disperse and receive certain threshold of payments through digital channels, which in turn will improve the payment system's efficiency and boost digital financial inclusion. The significance of the law lies in shifting the culture and mindset of individuals towards the use of technology. Through digitizing governmental payments, we reach out to masses and build their trust and comfort with digital payments. At the CBE, we prepared a new banking law with a special chapter dedicated to payment systems and financial technology. The new law was approved by the Cabinet of Ministers in October 2019 and will be presented to the Parliament. And as soon as this law is approved, we do believe that it will introduce the right regulatory framework for the payment service providers working in the country now. On the banking regulations front, we believe that for DFS to flourish, there needs to be a balanced regulatory framework for enabling new entrants and technology to thrive. The CBE applied a risk-based approach for issuing simplified tiered Know Your Customer regulations in collaboration with AML CFT in order to facilitate customer onboarding, especially in rural areas. In addition to that, we issued an updated version for mobile payment regulations. We allowed agent banking. We issued prepaid cards regulations, and we unified the QR code technology. As the growing digitization of daily life through the DFS must be preceded by an appropriate level of consumer protection and awareness, the CBE issued in Feb 2019 Consumer Protection Regulations that covers equitable and fair treatment of consumer, disclosure and transparency, financial education and awareness, and protection of consumer data and privacy. These efforts resulted in accelerating the growth of mobile wallets to reach now to 14 million accounts, and number of cards reached to 35 million cards. The efforts of the legal and regulatory framework has been complemented by modernizing the financial infrastructure through some initiatives. For the first time, a national payment scheme was launched in Egypt in December 2018 under the brand Misa Cards. The schemes avail an affordable means of transaction that enable individuals, business, and merchants to proceed with their financial transaction digitally. The scheme also enables the providers to develop customized loyalty programs that incentivize and motivate people to use digital channels. As of October 2019, the number of national payment cards reached 3.2 million cards with total transaction value of £3.6 billion. As well, the CBE collaborated in May 2019 with Ministry of Finance to implement the first phase of the automating collection of governmental payments, where 16,000 governmental point of sale were deployed, and we are following up for the deployment of another 16,000 QR codes. As well, we deployed the mobile payment switch in 2016 to achieve mobile payment interoperability between the different mobile payment service providers. As of October 2019, the switch settled £1.2 billion in Egyptian pounds. CBE efforts have expanded beyond the national borders. Currently, the CBE is collaborating with other countries in different regions to build interoperable payment systems that contribute to the digital financial inclusion by securing low-cost, faster, and convenient payments. CBE participated in establishing an interoperable payment system across the COMESTA countries under REPS initiatives. The initiative was launched in March 2017, aiming to create a common payment venue for COMESA African common states. CBE is collaborating as well with the Arab countries to build an interoperable payment infrastructure, which is called BONA, and it should be launched in 2020. Moreover, under the African Association of Central Banks, AACB, the CBE is collaborating with the African Central Banks to build an interoperable mobile payment infrastructure. Stemming from our beliefs that youth are the shapers of the future, we support and invest in youth to become the future of innovation and economic development. CBE has issued its first fintech strategy that links the vision of the Central Bank of Egypt with Egypt National Vision 2030. The strategy has identified key initiatives for immediate implementation in order to meet the aspirations of the young Egyptian entrepreneurs through. First, we established our fintech fund along with major institutions focusing on technology and fintech investments in order to overcome the challenge of securing funds for startups. And as Dr. Amani was saying, regulation has to be speedy as technology evolution. We launched our regulatory sandbox in June 2019, which serves as a regulatory testing environment that balances between the new technologies and their associated risk, along with assuring customer protection. Currently, we are piloting eKYC in the first cohort, and we are putting cloud computing and behavioral credit scoring on our future roadmap. Also, the FinTech Hub, which forms a unified platform driven by innovation and connect all FinTech ecosystem stakeholders, including FinTech startups, financial institutions, regulators, service providers, mentors, and investors. In June 2019, the virtual FinTech Hub, the portal, was launched, and we are currently preparing the CBE old historical building to become the physical FinTech Hub for startups. I would like to conclude by emphasizing that the journey to unleash Egypt's digital potential is an ongoing effort that requires continuous collaboration among all national stakeholders to move the digital financial inclusion in a progressive manner and to foster a culture of innovation in the Egyptian society. Thank you for your undivided attention. I hope you have a productive and fruitful day.